Hi guys, so it's come to my attention that this is terrible lighting. This is not better, but it's come to my attention that the fans are mad that I never post because I'm lazy. So this is a rapid, and by rapid I mean it's probably going to be like 30 minutes because I'm tired. But a rapid reading wrap up of everything that I've read from the last 2 months, so January and February. So first off, I read Wyatt by Jessica Peterson, and it's the second book in this series. The first one is Cash, and then the third one's going to be Sawyer, and I'm really nervous that my roommate is going to walk in on me doing this, and it's going to be so violently embarrassing. Anyway, it follows brothers, and in the first, it takes place on Lucky River Ranch, and in the first book, it follows Cash and I don't know, some bitch with a boot company. And Cash, I think her name is Molly, but Molly's dad dies. Cash worked for Molly's dad. Cash thought that he was gonna inherit the ranch. Newsflash, he didn't. So now Wyatt's story takes place after Cash's, and it's Wyatt and couldn't tell ya. And they are friends to lovers. I think her name is Sally. She's a vet. She works on the ranch. It's very beautiful. However, there was some false advertising with this book. I was told that this man was going to have a slutty thigh tattoo. Like a slutty but cute thigh tattoo. It was not slutty. Very cute, but not slutty. Anyway, I think I rated that book a 3 stars. It was good. It was nothing special, I don't think, but I did rate it a 3 stars. I enjoyed it. And I will be reading Sawyer, so... then I read Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. Yeah. This was Loch Ness Monster smut. And I enjoyed it. And that's all I have to say. And it was good. It was good. This book was amazing. I don't know what it is about Lana Ferguson, but arguably I've enjoyed her weird books, like her little Wolfie one and this one, more than I enjoyed her normal books. So... sue me, okay? I think I rated that one 4 stars. It was fucking good. It follows, Kiana or something, and Lachlan, and Kiana goes back to Ireland, or Scotland, or wherever the fuck that her dad was born, and she meets Lachlan, and Lachlan is like, I can't trust you, I'm not supposed to trust you, blah, blah, blah. Then she finds out some secrets about Lachlan, and then... it was beautiful. It was magical, TBH. I loved it. Then I read the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent, which is God of Malice, God of Wrath, God of Ruin, God of Pain, God of Fury, and God of War. I own God of Malice, God of Wrath, God of Ruin, I want to say. And I'm pretty sure it goes God of Malice, God of Ruin, God of Wrath, and then God of Pain, God of Fury. I rated this whole series a 5 stars. It was so good. I read the first book, which follows Killian and Glyndon. I'm not gonna go very into depth on this series because there's so much. But I read the first book and I opened it and it was like, I literally said to Macy, I was like, not sure that I should be reading this. Like, this is kind of fucked. Definitely not the most fucked thing I've read though, so... anyway, very good. It's like, it follows everybody. Okay, so Rena Kent's universe is like 17 million layers deep. This is like the most outer layer. So you want to start with the most inner layer, and then there are books about these people's parents, and then I think there are books about their parents. I just read these books. I haven't read any of Rena Kent's other books. But everybody in this book is like either related or besties or something, and it's very interesting. There's like two groups and they all mold together. It's beautiful. But pretty much it takes place in the UK at 2 schools that are like rivals, and there's a gang at one school and there's a gang at another school. And in most of the books, the couples are from like rival gangs. It was beautiful. dark romance, so definitely check trigger warnings. My favorite was God of Fury, which is like everybody's favorite. I don't know, it was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. That one was an romance, and it was, if I had the capacity to cry, I would have cried over that. Anyway, so that's a 6-book series, and it was beautiful. My least favorite was God of War, and that's the last book in the series, and it was my least favorite because I feel like she held back. Like, we could have been given so much more, and it was like a dual timeline, and there was also so much buildup literally from book 1. There was so much buildup between the two, like the couple in the last book, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be, but it's fine. Then I read Sugar Baby Mine by Kayla Ryan. I read this book on Kindle, and it was formatted weird, so that deducted a star for me, but I do believe that I rated it 3 stars. Cause, yeah, it was 2 stars. I don't know. This girl becomes a sugar baby. That was it. Smut wasn't that great. This was like a low 3 stars for me, not a high 3 stars. Wasn't anything really memorable. Then I read Burn the Wild. I'm so sorry, I'm so monotone. This is like not fun, and I know it's not fun for you guys, okay? I want to get this done. Maybe I'll throw out a St. Patty's Day rec, but also I don't really want to film a St. Patty's Day rec if I know that I'm not going to end up editing this in time for you all to be like, OMG, Addie, thank you so much. I wanted to read this, because it is St. Patrick's Day as we speak. So that probably won't happen. Also, I don't want to talk about the fact that it took me 17 days to film this. I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, guys, no, I didn't, no, okay. I was trying to remember if I filmed a January reading wrap up, and I didn't. If I did, I'm going to be pissed. Anyway, then I read Burn the Wild by Ava Hunter. This is the 3rd book in the, I don't even know what the series is called. It's the Runaway Ranch series, and it follows, I think it's, guys, I'm so bad at this. It's Ford, and I want to say her name is Summer. Reese. It was way off. But this is like Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. It's like a little mountain man, cowboy guy, and a singer. And definitely check trigger warnings for this book, because it was heavy as hell. But okay, don't worry, it's just people. The thing that I like about the Runaway Ranch series is, Anna's gonna make fun of me for the way that I just said ranch. The thing that I like about the Runaway Ranch series is that they are lovey-dovey and stuff, and then they get like not thrillery, but like mysterious low-key, because at the end of every book there's something that happens that's not a 3rd act breakup, but instead it's more of a 3rd act event. And I would so much rather have a 3rd act event than a 3rd act breakup, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this book was good. I'm very excited for the 4th book, except for I thought that there were 5 brothers, but there's only going to be 4 books in this series, so I don't know. I like Ava Hunter, though. I like her a lot. And then I read that one firefighter series that's going around right now, that's like, it's Fight, Protect, Honor, and each of them have a different author. I like that they each have a different author, because the authors still, I have like pimples on my chest, so I'm picking at them. I promise I'm not like digging my tits. I will stop picking at them though, because I know that you guys think I'm weird for that, but whatever. Anyway, so I read Fight, Protect, and Honor, and I think my favorite one was Honor, but I'm also not sure. I don't know how I felt about this series. It was good, but I wouldn't say that it was anything special. I did read it while the LA wildfires were going on, though, so it did garner a lot of respect for firefighters during that time. I've always respected firefighters, but I respect them more. You know what I'm saying? Also, they're sexy as hell. I shouldn't objectify workers like that. I apologize. Anyway, Fight kind of pissed me off, TBH. Fight follows Scotty and Callahan, and Scotty is her name's Prescott, but Scotty is an EMT that works with Callahan's, fire group thing, and they're besties until they're not. Phones ringing, they're banging till they're not. And like, this was, oh, is that an eagle? It is. This was one of those situations where it's like, you're supposed to be adults, I wish you would just talk to each other. You're supposed to be adults, I wish you would just talk to each other. It was one of those situations. So that did piss me off. Protect is brother's best friend, and that one is, that one's by Paisley Hope, and it's Rowan. God damn it, it's a Skyridge Hot Shots, that's what this is called. So it's Rowan, and I feel so bad that I'm never prepared for these, but like, I just don't know how to do this, you know? Like, I've been trying to influence for the past 2 years, and I just can't do it. So this is what you get. So if I was Rowan and Violet is Callahan's younger sister from the, nope, Violet is one of the guys that used to be on Rowan's firefighter group. They have a name, I just can't remember it. Violet's his younger brother, and like, the guy is now dead. So her and Rowan like have a past, but they don't talk about it. And now Violet's a single mom. She moved back to their little Skyridge town and like blah 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 blah. That one was good. I did like that one. However, I do think that Honor was my favorite because this man was fun. Honor is like a girl load. Honor was, it follows this girl whose husband died. And he died while she was pregnant, and it was so sad. She died while she was pregnant with their third kid. And so it follows Xander and Teddy. I think that Teddy might be Cal's sister. I know one of them is related. I think it's Cal's sister. So Xander is, they're like, he's higher up in the ranks than them, and he's like 45, and he is so fine. He is so fine. I'm sorry, if this man came up to me on the street, genuinely, I'd drop my drawers. I dropped my drawers so fast because he was so fine. And I'm really not usually a fan of the single mom romances, mainly because I have daddy issues, but this, beautiful. This one also, I feel like, was the most enmeshed with everything that happened. And like, I don't know, I'm always a slut for the last book in the series, unless it's done incorrectly, that I don't like it. But this book, I don't know. And I also think that the smut in this one was the best. So anyway, then this is where shit gets crazy, because this is where we enter February, when everything came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, boom, 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 boom. I had Google Calendar alerts for every single day that things came out, and I was so peeved because I couldn't go to the bookstore. And I've remedied it since then, don't worry. Unloved by Peyton Crin came out. Yeah. So with that, what happened was I did, in fact, wake up at 5 a.m. to start reading it. Debated skipping class that day. Didn't end up skipping class. But did not do any of my homework until I finished it. 5 stars, no words. I genuinely, again, I don't think Peyton Curran can do any wrong. I am in the exclusive club that has the independently published version of Unsteady. I read it before it was cool. And like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am better than everybody else who read it when it was cool. And this book, I've been waiting for this book for a long time. As I read this book, more and more questions came up about what else we were getting. I am mildly peeved that I don't think we have a release date. I don't think we have a pub date. We don't even have a title reveal, a cover reveal date, any of those things for the next book in the series. All I know is that it is either, I think it's going to be Torrin Kane, which does piss me off because I want to know Adam Reiner better, because I know that there are things going on with that man. This book, Unsteady, you read it and you're like, okay, I want more. Like, seconds. Okay? Or maybe just another bite. Like, you're intrigued. This book? No. This book, I was feral. I am feral for this friend group. This book is what Elle Kennedy tried to do with the Off-Campus series. And no shade to Miss Kennedy on the Off-Campus series. Love the books. I love that universe, okay? But this is what she was trying to do and couldn't. Elle Kennedy walked so that Peyton Curran could run. So Peyton Curran could full-fledged sprint, okay? Because she is... If Peyton Curran were to run for presidency, I'm knocking on every single door in my neighborhood saying, vote for Peyton, vote for Peyton, vote for Peyton. I love her and she can do no wrong. Anyway, it follows Freddie and, is it Rora or Rory? Good question. Roe. Matt, Frederick, and Roe. Sheriff. Matt has ADHD. Actually, well, you can tell that he has that in the first book, but is that something that's disclosed? Yep, okay. So he has dyscalculia, dyslexia, and ADHD, and so school is really hard for him. Insert in Roe, who ends up being his, I think he's his TA. No, his tutor. She is his tutor for a biology class. This book, rapid fire my ass. This book, there was just so, like, I would read, and I felt bad because I kept texting Macy about it, even though she hadn't read it, and I was going to be like, Macy, I promise I'll stop spoiling it. Do you want to know what I didn't do? Stop spoiling it. I like don't know what to say because it was so good. Like, anyway, 5 stars. Will lay my life on the line for that book. Then I read The Bourbon and Secrets and Bourbon and Lies. There's another one coming, I think, no, there's another one coming because I think there's 3 brothers. But by Victoria Wilder. It's the Bourbon Boys series. Yeah. So I read Bourbon and Lies first. And that one follows Bourbon and Secrets, actually, is the first one. It takes place in Fiasco, Kentucky. It follows 3 brothers. Everybody is wary of these brothers because they're all like, well, everybody that they love either dies or disappears, or like, because their grandpa's first wife died, their grandpa's second wife died, and then the woman that their grandpa was seeing died, and pretend you didn't see anything. And then everybody's people die, okay? So they just are like, it's a whole thing. It's stupid is what it is. But 3 brothers. I think the first book is about, Bourbon and Lies is the first book, and I keep picking on Bourbon and Secrets. Boom, 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 boom. It's Lainey and Grant, I believe. And Lainey just like shows up out of the blue for some undisclosed reasons that are disclosed, but I can't disclose them to you. And bro, give me the name of this man. Okay, yeah. So Grant, who I believe is the youngest brother, and Lainey. Grant used to be a cop. He is no longer. Lainey shows up. He's like, this is strange. She stays on her property. And he's like, bruh, I feel like this girl's going to cause some trouble. She shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. It's a little bit of enemies to lovers. A little bit of, you know, not enemies to lovers. I don't know how to explain it. That one wasn't my favorite. I rated that one 3 stars, and I rated the second one 4 stars. The third one, if done correctly, I think could be 4.5, 5-star potential. I have a lot riding on that book. Anyway, the second book follows Faye and what the fuck is his name? He's a single dad, I can tell you that much. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln. Faye and Lincoln. And Lincoln and Faye had a little... They know each other, but nobody knows that they know each other. It's a whole thing. This one was very intense. All of them were very intense. All of them will be very intense. I really like this one. Lincoln is a single dad. Faye is a burlesque dancer. Faye fit into the role of stepmommy very well, which I feel like it wasn't stepmommy in the way of like, I'm your stepmom. It was more stepmommy in the way of like, I'm your friend. I'm here for you, which I've never had a stepmom, so I don't know if that's correct, but like, I feel like that's what I'd want it. That's how I'd want it to be. It was very beautiful to me. Again, these books don't have third act breakups. They're kind of like, the Burn the Wild, that series, in the sense that they don't have third act breakups, they have third act events, and I really fuck with that. Anyway, moving on to more important things. No hate to Victoria Wilder, just the next book is Scythe and Sparrow. And on St. Patrick's Day, I get to talk about Fionn. I don't know if I say his name right. It's spelled Fionn. So I'm going to say it's Fionn. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, Scythe and Sparrow follows Fionn and Rose. It is the third book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. And it, Fionn is a doctor and Rose is a motorcycle rider with the circus. But some things go down and Rose ends up in Fionn's care because she injures herself, and then Fionn is like, you can just stay with me, because she was staying in a very sketchy place, and Fionn's like, no, you can stay with me. What I loved about this book was the camaraderie between Lachlan, Fionn, and Rowan. I don't think that Fionn, like, Scythe and Sparrow was the best book in the series, but I do think that, like, the parallels that we saw, because like in Butcher and Blackbird, which is the first book in the series, you see Fionn and Rose. In Scythe and Leather and Lark, which is the second book, you see Fionn and Rose, and then you see those events from this point of view, and it's just so, it fit very well in my opinion. However, this one was a little less murdery, I think, which might be great for you. Just wasn't my favorite thing. I don't know. I don't think that anyone can beat Lachlan Kane in my heart. Fionn was a little bit too golden retriever for me, I think. And like not enough like, you know? I can't believe I just did that. I'm gonna post that on the internet. Okay, anyway, I did rate it 5 stars because I think that the Ruinous Love trilogy is my everything. I will defend it until I die. So, sorry. Remember when I said that this was going to be rapid fire and we still have 4 to 5 books to talk about, and it is 25 minutes in. Anyway, okay, so then I read Till Cupid Do Us Part by Hannah Cohen, which is like the second book in the series of one of the little smut things that I read in December, one of the little Christmas smut things, except for now it's Valentine's Day smut after this girl had a baby, so it was a little bit different. It was fun. I rated it 3 stars because it's only a novella, but it was very good. By very good, I mean there is very little substance to it, but very good smell. Moving right along. We have Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey. Let me tell you, this book, everything. Okay, my roommate's not home. I thought it was my roommate. This book was my everything. I was foaming at the mouth for this book. Let me get it so I can show it to you. Do you see that? Like, do you see how beautiful this book is? I've been waiting for this book. I do wish... Okay, so this book follows, like, a little bit of a timeline. In the beginning of the timeline, like, at the beginning of the book, it's like, it follows Sig and Chloe, and they have an encounter, and then they realize that their parents are getting married after they have their encounter. So then they say, okay, we can't do this. Obviously, our parents are getting married. They could still do it. There's nothing wrong with it if you're not blood related. Anyway, they're also adults, but, like, whatever. So, apparently they're respectful. At the beginning of that, when they find out that their parents are going to get married to each other, their parents say that they're going to get married in 8 months. And then Sig offers to show Chloe around the city of Boston, where Chloe ends up moving to pursue the harp because she's a harp prodigy. But with the timeline, it says, okay, 2 weeks have passed, 3 weeks have passed. And by the time that we get to, like, present day, it's been more than 8 months and the parents still haven't gotten married. That's my only beef with this book. Other than that, I did love this book. I have no notes, I don't think. I do think that sometimes in this book, I was a little irritated about, like, the restraint they showed, because, like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't. With the relationship that these people have with their parents, I'd be like, oh, fuck you, he's hot. Like, are you kidding? Sig is a caretaker through and through, and I did love that for him, because he's just so baby boy. He's so baby boy in every single way, and it's, like, a very strange mix of, like, baby boy, but also, like, not, you know? So, that was good. I'm pretty sure I rated that 5 stars, because, like, I genuinely believe that Tessa Bailey can do no wrong. Tessa Bailey's writing is, like, catnip to me. Because it's not like Coke. I wouldn't say it's like Coke. I would say it's more like catnip, and I'm a cat. Anyway, I can't explain my issue. This is literally just going to be me talking for 35 minutes. My issue is that I can't explain to you how much I love a book. Like, I can't articulate it in words. It's more of me just throwing things at you, and you just have to catch them, you know, and me shoving a book down your throat, and you just have to swallow it. So, anyway, then I read Slapshot by Chelsea Curto. It is the 3rd book in the DC Stars series, and it follows Hudson Hayes. Hudson hasn't been my favorite character. Like, he was never my favorite character, / the one that I was most excited about, because he's, again, a little bit too golden retriever for me, but he was cute, and this book was very cute. It follows Piper and Hudson. Piper is Hudson's personal chef, and they become very good friends, and then they become very good lovers. Piper is a single parent to a deaf girl whose name starts with an H, I want to say, but I could be very wrong. And I think that my favorite book or part about this book is that Hudson learned sign language for her. for the daughter, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. I think I rated that one 3 stars. I don't know. I don't think that anyone in that series can get better than Maverick and Emmy. And I read Power Play, and that one was Piper and Liam, and I really did like Piper and Liam, but I'm also like a slut for a goalie. I think that anyone could write a goalie romance, and pretty much as long as it like is semi good, I'm gonna be like and eat it up, you know? Anyway, for the last book that we'll talk about for this month, I think there might be 2 more books that I technically read at like started them on February 28th and read them or finished them on March 1st, but I'm just going to include those in the next. I'm 4 books behind schedule for my reading goal. Anyway, those books will be included in my next video for March reading wrap up. But I finished the month out with a reread of Play Along by Liz Tomforde. Because I also read Right Move. I read Right Move this month, but it's not on my Goodreads, so I will be remedying that. That's why I'm 4 books behind. Anyway, as we all know, Play Along, I think, is my favorite book in the Windy City series. I do think that Isaiah is the love of my life, and actually so is Kennedy. Like, if either of them were placed in front of me right now, I'd be like, yeah, I'd marry them. And I'm not really, I don't really love the idea of marriage, so, but yeah, I love them. Everything about this book is my favorite. I just love Isaiah. And I know that I said I don't love the golden retriever boy type. He does it right. He's also not blonde. Hudson is blonde, and I am anti-blonde. So, yeah. Anyway, I do realize that this was so violently chaotic and also probably not that informal for you. So if you did, in fact, watch the whole 33 minutes of this video, I appreciate you so much. Hopefully, you will be seeing more of me soon. However, I'm not going to promise anything because I do have to do school, and that sucks. But if nothing else, you will see me for a March reading wrap-up in roughly like 13 days. Probably closer to like 30 days because we all know I can't post on time. Doses.